This program may contain explicit language that may be considered offensive or inappropriate to children and some adults.
The following content is intended for mature audiences.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm pretty sure we're live.
Yeah, I just double checked on both sides. We're good.
Okay, we're live. So I'm going to turn up the music a wee bit. Can you hear the music, Liz?
No, I cannot.
No, you can't hear the music. What about now?
Oh, no, I can. Yeah. Oh, this one. Here we go.
You good right there?
Yeah.
It's just so out. I can barely hear you.
Oh, if you get here, I can kind of turn up my. Is that better?
That is better. All right. We'll go with this for right now. All right. Hello, everyone out there in Streamland. I really want to make this quieter, and I'm not sure how I can do that. Ba, 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 ba. I don't know. Anyway. All right. How are you doing, Liz?
Not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this last week has been kind of ridiculous in a lot of ways, but not in a bad way. Not complaining.
Okay.
I need to get sleep at some point.
I fell asleep so hard yesterday.
Did you?
Yes, absolutely I did.
I thought that was amazing.
No. I totally had things to do. Yeah. I literally laid down to you know how you lay down in your bed to send a text or something?
Mm-hmm.
And then I woke up 6 hours later.
Oh my god.
Hey Devin, I see you responded. Thanks for letting us know we're live. Yeah, we're gonna start our timer here. Let's go ahead and start it now. Our first one's gonna be our first countdown. So we're counting down our sprints. Everybody, I'm Duryea, and this is Liz.
What's up, y'all?
We run the Writers Room, which is a writers group community on Facebook. And basically, we do peer-to-peer writing events all the time. Every Saturday at 6, we have some sort of event. In addition to that, the group has what do they call it? Daily challenges. And we just do a lot of supporting. We're just growing. We just reached 600 members. But we're continuing to grow. We'll put up the link in the chat. But yeah, this is our writing sprint. This is the second time we're doing it. We're actually really excited to do it. We're doing it again next weekend as well. And I think this might become fairly regular. I also tried. I went live this week as well. So we're just gonna try to. Yeah. We're just gonna try to make this more common so that we can make a space for everybody who wants to come and write with us. So if you're here and you're chilling with us, let us know if you're writing with us too. Are you? When I say are you writing with us, are you? Did you bring work to write during the sprints? We're gonna put some prompts up, but if you did bring work, let us know what you're working on. What are you working on, Liz?
I'm working on George Gray, and I'm super excited about it because I finished the. So, can I talk about your project a little bit, or would you rather me not give details?
I mean, because there's the part of it at the end. Let's keep that to ourselves.
Deal. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. The short version is that you sent me a script that I really enjoyed, and I'm gonna write the second episode for it. And I kind of broke down an outline earlier today. That's kind of what I want to do with it. But I wanted to ask you some follow-up questions, but I might do that after the show.
You wanted to ask me follow-up questions?
Yeah, totally.
Huh.
What? What is that a weird thing?
I'm excited. I guess it's funny. When I tell you, I guess I don't want to say what I'm about to say, so I'm not going to say it. But this script is interesting because I guess I didn't really think. I knew it had some legs, but I didn't think everyone who's read it has liked it so far. And you've read my other stuff, so it's interesting that this one kind of everyone.
This one is super relatable.
I guess that's
in terms of like dating and everybody just kind of letting you down in every way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Your family drama comes in at the same time, and you're just like, and you break.
right.
I love it. It's super relatable.
Dope.
It's fun.
I didn't think it was. I'm just excited about it. Especially this is a script that we're planning to film this summer. So us writing it now is very important so that we can get it out there and have the second episode so we can actually hopefully do them both. And once we know what the second episode is going to entail, we'll be able to start doing things like getting people tested. Well, we're going to have to do that closer to the date, but just organizing what we need to organize to make sure that it's not only safe, but it's also proficient and cost effective. Give me one second. No, I got you. So, yeah, we're trying to shoot it this summer. So that's the goal, but thank you. I'm excited. I'm excited to hear about it. And what I'm writing is a short story called The First. I've been writing it the last 2 sprints. I got a little bit more done. I went to, remember, so where you left off is when they were still in the interrogation room. But now we flash back to, the first time that they met. Not the first time that they met. This is more like after the first time that they met. Like they bumped into each other and Simeon is low-key stalking Jax at this point. Yeah, so it's about first love, but it starts with a murder. So we're all in the midst of that. So we're just going to be writing about that. Let us know what you're writing about. Devin, I know you're hanging with us. I'm not sure where you're hanging with us from YouTube, it looks like. So let us know if you're writing too, because I want to know what y'all are writing about. Casey was here last week. I don't know. But anyway, so yeah. So what do you foresee in the second episode? Can you tell me without giving anything away?
Yeah, I was trying to pull up this. I didn't realize we were on 2 different things. I was trying to pull up all the chat to see what everybody's saying. So yes, so my question for you.
Okay.
And you don't have to give specifics.
Mm-hmm.
Are you wanting to go with the alternate ending or the actual?
The ending that I sent is the one we're going with. The first one. The alternate ending was for it was written for Destiny, and it was up to her which way she wanted to go in it. Because one is more like average dating show, and the other one's got a spin. Mm-hmm. And she liked the spin better, which she did not expect to like that better. But I'm glad she picked that one too, because I think it gives it an extra added bonus without getting too like crazy down that road, because it doesn't go, but it gives you just enough to where it's just like, I'd watch this, just especially with that being the twist.
Yeah, for sure.
And it works on men and women. It's not just men.
Yeah, no, definitely.
No, I'm saying like the thing that happens at the end. It like that interaction. It's not just specific to men. It happens to women too. So it's gonna create for like. Yes. So yeah, I'm excited about it.
Well, okay, so that changes what I was going to do. Because for a second, I thought that actually meant that was the one you're doing for.
Say it one more time. You kind of cut up a little bit.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me better?
Yeah. You just went like digital for a second.
For whatever reason, I assumed that the alternate ending was going to be the one that was going to be chosen, and so what I had outlined kind of was like a continuation of that a little bit further. But
parts of the alternate ending, specifically like that character and the whole like her needing a new roommate, yes, that's gonna happen. Right.
But in terms of their date, not so much. Zane.
Dates. They didn't have a date.
No, but they were about to.
Who?
Zane and Destiny.
No.
At least in my mind, that's what it seemed like. Because she was talking about how she's super into him and how like.
I mean that he's the love interest for her. Yeah, I'm just like, but that it'll happen. Yeah, that he's the love interest, but I'm also not necessarily pressed to make it about him just yet.
Got it. Okay, then I'll scratch that whole idea.
He can be introduced. I want like the second episode, because of the ending is the one with the pizza guy, not the pizza guy, the delivery dude. Yeah. The second episode is her realizing what's happening. Like, so she's going to be talking to people, she's going to be saying things, and they're going to be saying, and they're going to be like, why the fuck did I say that? And then like after a while, she pieces it together,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like, you know, what is this happening? She talks to her aunt. That's the story that we're telling with episode 2.
Okay, cool. Then I'll be under that. Great. Nice.
Yeah, I've never had someone else write something after I've written it, so I'm really excited to see what you write. So yeah, we definitely should set up like these are the things that are happening next, and then I'll just let you like kind of go with it.
Cool. Great. Do you want me to go ahead and throw writing out for the chat? Anybody kind of looking for something?
You can throw it like you can get one ready, and we'll throw it up there and like right when the time is about to hit. I see Devin said he's revisiting old unfinished projects to see if he can salvage them. Or she. I'm not sure what your pronouns are, Devin. I'm sorry. Here's the truth about old unfinished projects. I literally have 4 of them open right now. So I totally get it. Like I'm at that point right now. I'm just like, which one am I gonna work on? I'm forcing myself to keep working on the same one so I actually get one done.
I was going to say you need to finish this one first.
That's
You can turn it in.
Look, that's why I'm writing it. Look, because,
Okay, good.
yeah, even when I'm not, like, inspired with this one and I have ideas for the other ones, I write this one.
I feel that. I'm about to, later tonight after this, I have to take 2 script ideas I was working on and completely redo them.
What?
Because, yeah, well, so it's for school. And I had a review of it in the last week, and the feedback was just, this is not working, please retool. And that fits because it was created in a moment of writer's block, which I'm sure everyone understands.
Mm-hmm.
I get to kind of rework those later today and hopefully make it work. Ooh.
All right, guys, we're going to start our sprint here in about 30 seconds. And when we sprint, I'm going to turn up the music a little bit. We'll probably... Yeah, and so, yeah, we'll just do that. I guess I should mute so you guys don't hear my little tick, 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 tick when I'm typing.
Not an ASMR kind of thing.
He, him. All right, Devin.
Oh, there.
Wonderful. All right. So you can go ahead and throw that prompt up. Anybody who's watching and just wants to, and you don't have a work in progress and you want to write on a prompt, we're going to throw one in the chat right now. Let me go ahead and set our timer. Gonna go 10 minutes. During this 10 minutes, just write. Don't stop. Try not to edit yourself and have a blast. It's in there. All right, I'm gonna turn up the music. Here we go.
Can you hear me? Oh, I can't fucking write this without knowing who the message is. What'd you say? Can you hear me at all?
I can hear you a little. We're not supposed to talk during the sprint, Liz.
I'm sorry. I just figured I'd respond.
No, the music. That's why the music's loud. Look.
I can't hear the music at all. That's
You
why
can't hear the music?
Yeah, that's why I asked earlier if it was on. This is dead silent on my.
Oh my god. Thank you. It's just in my ear.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for saying that, because there's definitely not any music on. Sorry, everybody. Here we go. And there's the music.
There we go. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Hey, CB. All right. I'm not sure how long we went over right there with the sprint. Okay. I was actually on a roll for a minute there. I was actually like, okay. I know. Yes. So pull this music down a little bit.
How are y'all doing? How's your project? What are you working on?
Can you still hear the music?
A little bit, yeah.
Should be very faint. Because when I don't know why I can't hear you like I could before, like last week.
Oh no.
I
I can
don't know.
talk louder if that's
Maybe. It might be.
I can also switch if this microphone is the issue. I can.
It might be the microphone, but anyway. Yes.
I'll switch to mine.
The sprint, they always fly by, dude. Like, that's the thing about the sprints. They fly by. It's crazy. When I was out here doing it by myself, they lasted forever. But now
That's a whole different thing.
it is. So we're going to start our next timer for our in-between sprint. I don't know what you call them, our break.
Yeah.
And then we will have another sprint. Did you get Devin, I know you said you're working on something that you had in the back burner. Did you pick one project and did you get any leeway? I mean, did you make any leeway on it? I actually really went in on this. You have to read this at some point to help me and let me know if I'm still in the right direction. But
Ooh, TV got 202 words of a Marvel fanfiction. That's
fan fiction. What is who is the fan? Is anybody okay? So here's my little soapbox. I was forced to watch WandaVision because people were putting so many spoilers. I was gonna wait until it was all on the internet and kind of just binge the whole thing. But when I tell you people are going crazy with these spoilers right now, like crazy.
I haven't seen any of them, and I haven't been able to watch the show yet.
You're lucky. Well, this is the thing about it because I do the podcast. Side note, shout out to Geeking Out. Every Monday we do a geek podcast on this channel on Twitch. If you're on Twitch, if you're not on Twitch, it's so the people on YouTube. We also do it, and it does stream live on YouTube. You're going to go to Wonelli Media and subscribe there, or you're going to go to Twitch and hit up Day Gamer. And this Monday, it is action films. We're doing a panel on action films. It's a lot of fun. But doing the whole that and everything, I'm a part of all of these groups that are Marvel based, and I have all these friends that are geeks, and they're just bombarding the internet.
All over the place, yeah.
But I'm just like, you can't put spoiler warning on the thread. Nothing.
They should.
They don't. And then they get.
They're really big on Reddit with that.
Do you know how many times I've been told that if I don't want to have things spoiled, I need to watch it the night it airs, and then don't get on the internet. Don't get on the internet.
What?
He's
First off, we're adults with shit to do.
just say spoiler warning. Devin said he's rereading the project and taking notes. Okay, bet. What type of project is it? CB said I block people on Twitter for spoiling WandaVision. I got to that point and I was just like, look, I really like some of y'all, so instead of blocking y'all, I'm just gonna go ahead and watch it. Which I mean, I'm still upset because I'm mad that I didn't mind waiting 3 more weeks and then just binging it, but now I'm like waiting in between.
Yeah.
I still have to watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. That's literally the only Marvel thing I have not watched is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
That's my question.
CB is a she, her. Thank you for letting me know.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. I haven't watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Is that a prerequisite to WandaVision? Like,
No.
absolutely need to know?
What you need to know from WandaVision is, have you watched the movies?
Yes.
Then you're fine. Have you watched all of them?
Yeah, in order.
Then you're fine. Yeah, you're fine. Well, the thing about it is, not spoiler alerts. We're not going to talk about spoilers, but I'm going to say, if you know anything about that character, then everybody's waiting for mutants to appear. Not that they have or that they haven't, but that's what everybody's really. I mean, so that's why I'm excited that they went to her project first. When the pandemic happened, because it was supposed to be Black Widow and this other stuff. I'm glad they went there first, so that way we can actually because I'm a huge X-Men fan, so.
Yeah, that's awesome. No, I mean, yeah.
I've watched most of the movies.
So is the plan to have the X-Men come into the
Nobody knows. Well, the
Okay.
plan is absolutely for X-Men and the Fantastic Four to be a part of the MCU. Now that because now Disney owns both of those, but the question is how. And at this point, it's literally anything can happen because they have the rights to everything. Which is actually really cool for us, the geeks.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
So your fan fiction that you're writing, CB, tell us about it. Go ahead.
Who's the subject of this fan fiction? Very curious.
And is it like, go ahead.
No, Suki was also saying that they still tag, or she still tags spoilers for Endgame, which is also fair because that was such a big culmination, but it also changed everything.
That's actually something that people debate because after Endgame, people are basically saying that Wanda's the strongest Avenger
Yeah.
because she was the only one that could have beaten Thanos by
By
themselves.
herself.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Oh, I completely agree with that.
But in the comic books, she's incredibly strong. Like,
Yeah.
I think you would put her up there with Phoenix.
Ooh.
You really would. Like, Phoenix is strong, but like, the Scarlet Witch can change reality.
I was gonna say head to head, who would win that?
If you ask me, it depends because if you can change it, if you ask me, not comic book, but if you can change reality,
That's a big deal.
nothing can stop you. Like, okay, you're powerful, but now you're not.
Right.
And the way I've always seen her, like in cartoons and stuff, is like when people try to use their powers on Wanda, she takes over their powers and uses them. So it always makes me feel like, well, so nobody can beat her really.
That makes sense. Which is kind of anticlimactic in a way.
No, but she's crazy though. In the comics, she's always crazy.
Yeah.
So that is her Achilles heel. Is that she's never she's so unstable.
Got it. That's bad if she could just like ground her everything. I'm sure that she's annihilated as well.
And I think you would consider her an anti-hero. Like she spent time as a heroine, but she also spent time as a villain. But she's not one of these just like I'm killing people because I'm evil villain. She's always like my emotions have become so overwhelming that I don't give a fuck anymore. Kind of sort of, yeah.
That makes sense. I mean, she's lost a lot.
Yes.
She definitely had quite the emotional arc. Side note, looking in chat, and CB was saying that it's a Pepper Potts Tony Stark fanfic, where Tony Stark has a daughter with Maya Hansen, which is
Who is Maya Hansen?
Maya Hansen. Let me double check this to make sure that I don't say the wrong thing.
While you're double checking that, I'm also really excited about they introduced this character named Monica Rambeau. I'm really excited about that. She's one of the most powerful characters in the MCU as well, but one of the most like little known. She was the first Captain Marvel in the comics.
Oh wow. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Well, I'm sorry, she was the first person to have that name.
Yeah. Gotcha.
I'm sorry, she was the first woman to have the name. Apparently, a dude had it before her. I'm sorry, it's something like that. I don't know. I can't even lie. The brunette from Iron Man 3. The scientist lady?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
That's interesting.
Okay.
So it's a love triangle situation? Is that what I'm-
No, she said they just have the daughter.
Okay.
And the daughter shows up, and the daughter's like 9. I hate Tony Stark.
Why?
I hate Tony
We
Stark.
talked about this last stream too.
We talked about Tony Stark. I don't know. I think he's like I'm talking about the movie version. I hate it. Like the acting, I'm not talking about the actor. I'm talking about his character was so self-centered, and yeah, we did talk about this, and he's so self-righteous. He's always freaking right. I can't stand Tony Stark.
Do you feel like he kind of came full circle?
Absolutely.
In his self-sacrifice?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Which is why I love what they're doing with. I'm here for everything they're doing because I really like a lot of the choices that they're making, as far as like there's especially watching WandaVision without giving these spoilers away. WandaVision helps me know that these writers, they're gonna do anything, but it's all gonna make sense. It's not gonna be like sporadic like X-Men was.
Yeah.
They're gonna go everywhere with these movies, like the actual comics, but it's gonna still make sense. They're gonna make it make sense, which is why it'll be fun. So
It's also super exciting that they're kind of delving into the multiverse more because they can truly do anything.
Yeah.
At this point.
yeah,
And not have to worry about continuity or any of the past films. Kind of like the whole Spider-Man situation
Right.
now.
and the success of this, because I think this is the first. No, it's not the first Marvel with a lead, but the success of this shows that the leads of these movies don't all have to be white men
Yes. I know.
in order for them to be successful, and that people just want to see some really good writing, some really good acting, really high production value. That's really what we care about. We don't really, it doesn't like, we know that everyone's not gonna look exactly like us, but it's nice to now that they can start to delve into that diversity.
Absolutely.
Do you have another
Not the prompt?
yeah.
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
All right, we're going into another sprint. I want to hear more about your fanfic, and I want to hear more about whatever project it is that you landed on, Devin. I'm not sure which one, but if you're anything like me, you got like 8 of them. All right, so I'm gonna hit this music,
Right.
and we're gonna go ahead and sprint. All right. Another sprint down. How did everyone's sprint go?
One was late.
I felt like that one was a little longer.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I felt a little longer about that one, but you know.
Yeah. Do you think that the sprints go faster or not, depending on the flow of the writing, or do you think that it's slower?
I don't know. I think it's all perception, like, because for me, I felt it went by really fast the first time, and then this time I felt like it didn't, and I feel like I got the same amount of writing done in both instances. So I don't really know. I think it's just a mental thing. I think it's a you thing.
Go for it. How's everybody else doing? How's the next let's see. Just 8, I have at least done.
At least 8. At least 8 what?
So I'm trying to figure out.
I think it's because I said I had at least 8 projects that I hadn't finished. That's what he said, or something like that. I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Unfinished, got it.
Mhm.
Got it. No, I think I have at least 4 at this point. But I think.
I have a few. Because technically, you know, there's the prophecy that's literally always got something.
Oh, it's always not finished.
Well, I mean, because
Go ahead.
at this point, you know, I'm at the whole space of being like, do I shorten it to one episode or leave it like it is a long first episode, and then And then if I'm done with that, then I really want to write the second episode of that. And then so there's all these things that I've actually put on paper, right? And then there are all these things that I have, because Bandits, I think I'm officially gonna make that a TV show.
Good.
I think I'm officially gonna make it a TV show. Yes, he says yes. Unfinished projects, dude.
Yeah, okay.
Man. So I don't feel bad anymore. I feel like that's why we started the writers' room. Is because there's so many things like that. Like I feel so bad about things that I haven't finished, and I'm realizing no, like you're just a writer, because that's what we do. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with having unfinished projects. And
Dope.
it's also kind of nice in a way because you grow the more you write, and so to be able to kind of put something on hold and then come back to it is a really great thing, in my opinion. Like there's a feature that I wrote 5 or 6 years ago that I won't touch until after I graduate, just because I know that I'm going to be a different person by that point, and I really want to do it justice. But that's the thing. I tend to think doing stuff is
I get that, because I feel like the prophecy got better because I grew up. And I've dealt with things that I hadn't, like when I was fresh out of college, nothing bad had ever really happened. Like some bad stuff had happened, but like other bad things have happened. Happy things I've had more ups and downs emotionally, mentally, relationship wise, that I could write about things. Like I remember one of the comments that stood out to me about the first writing of it was about Daniel, Remy's father. And they were like, it doesn't make sense that he, has this miraculous turnaround by the end of the episode where he's like, okay, I can buy that he stops drinking, but I can't buy that he's like fully functional, right? By the end of the episode, and just little things like that. So I knew how to make that story more realistic now, and I knew I'm better at knowing when to flesh things out and when to like have those quick episode turnaround things.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
his journey with his alcoholism is not a 1 episode journey.
I would be so sad if it was.
Yeah, it's not. So, yeah, I mean, it's dope. But then there's that. Devin, what project did you pick though to write on with us today? Let us know. But there's that. There's this series that I have called Of Princes and Kings. I really want to write that one. I want to write that so freaking bad. I won't tell you on stream, because it's like
I was gonna say I haven't heard about this one. So
everything about it is very original. That's why I don't talk about it. Because I mean, like, you know how you have those ideas, like the Flirting with Destiny thing. It's basically a good young dating show, funny, but then it has a spin. This is not that. This is like there's a whole different world that has been built, and there's all these moving parts. So we're coming into the universe. I'll say this: we're coming into this universe after a war, right? Where the side that has won has oppressed the side that has lost, and is trying to make sure that the side that has lost never gets back in power again, right? However, their ruler is missing and has been since the war was lost. And that's part of the premise. And so like we have all of these, like, why the war happened, why they lost the war, why, if they lost the war, is the ruler even a threat anymore? There's all these things in it like that. So when I sit down and write this, I want to just like freaking I have the first episode already in my head. But I just want to be able to, because I think nowadays, like, knowing what I know, what I've been reading is like, it actually isn't bad for you to have a few episodes of a series written.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think short answer.
What do you mean? You seem like almost not certain.
Well, I think it depends on what you want to do with it. I think that in some instances, I think it's better to, I think you're doing more work for yourself than is necessary, but I think that if, like hypothetically, if you wanted to, like, and for anybody who's watching, I'm not an expert on any of this. This is what I've been told over the years. It's my understanding that if it's something you want to sell, it's better to have a pilot than a Bible, a series Bible, more so than more if it's written at that time. The chances are, if you're going to be show running it, you're going to get a staff full of writers, and so it's better to have kind of framework for them to do the work for you or with you, rather. But I think there's also something to be said for people that just go ahead and write the entire thing. And so that's my hesitation is all.
Right.
It's not-
I do think that, though. I do think it's important to put time into creating a Bible. I think I'm going to create, I'm going to create a Bible for the prophecy. I know I need a Bible for the prophecy.
Well, the prophecy is so rich, and there's so much like lore to it.
There's a lot of lore. That's my favorite thing to do. Like, I've literally made my decision, like, other than like flirting with death, other than like a few projects that I want to write that aren't magical, supernatural stuff, that's pretty much exclusively what I want to do. Because I realized that I'm very good at creating different worlds, all magic. It's not like, because there's the prophecy stuff, and then there's bandits, which I told you about. And then there's princes and kings, and none of these, they could cross over. The only reason they couldn't cross over is there's too many world-changing events that happen in them. But anyway, Devin says that his unfinished project is the one he's working on today is a dark Christmas story that he started a few years ago when he was a film student. You went to film school for acting, directing, writing. Yeah, tell us more. Dark Christmas. I almost watched Black Christmas today.
Not seen that.
There's multiple versions. There's the older one that's like old. Then there's one that came out like early 2000s maybe, which had Michelle Trachtenberg in it. And then there's this one that came out recently, but it was PG-13.
That's disappointing.
I'm sorry. You're a horror movie. You are not PG-13.
Commit to it.
Commit.
All the way to R. Yes.
Freaking Deadpool is rated R. Commit to your genre, dude. You know? Commit to your genre. It was very upsetting when I saw that. Like, and I think I'm gonna watch it eventually, but I was just like, dude, come on. So when you say it's a dark Christmas story, do you mean like dark like Krampus? Or like Black Christmas? Or do you just mean like Jack Frost dark? I'm curious. I love Christmas. My least favorite thing about Christmas is that it ends every year.
I know. That breaks my heart. Oh.
You went for screenwriting. That's so dope. That's what we love to do the most. That's our first love. Like, you see me writing this short story. I'm doing it to like challenge myself and do something different, but I love, specifically for television, like my dream would just be to show run like 80. I don't even think I have to show run all of them because I don't know if I'd have like the time, but like to like either write pilots for or write on television series. That would be so fun. So much fun.
Most definitely. Awesome.
Do you have prompts like ready to go, Liz?
Yeah, I got a whole
I'm so glad because because honestly, I always forget to do that until like right about now. I'm like, man, I should have prepared some prompts.
Because when you messaged me on Facebook about an hour or 2 hours ago, in my head I was like, oh, I need to pull a prompt. That's something that I can do to be proactive for this.
I'm glad you did that, and I'm so appreciative.
Oh gosh, no.
Opening scene involves death. That dark. So this is a screenplay. Listen, Devin, join the writer's room.
Yes,
Join the writer's room. Yeah, we do. This whole wine and reads thing started because I wanted to do a virtual reading of one of my scripts, and then other people were like, "Hey, can you host mine? Can you host mine?" And then it just became like a weekly thing. So please come join the writer's room. It's so fun. We have a lot of fun in there. You'll get updates on this kind of stuff, other events that we do. We had like a playwriting seminar led by a professor at Clemson. We had a self-producing seminar. We've had a lot of fun stuff in there, so please join. All right. So we're going to, in about 10 seconds, we're going to start this next one.
Here is
Prompt is up. And then I'm going to set the timer. All right. Hit this music. Here we go. All right.
There we go. How'd it go?
My sprints are going well today. I don't know why. It's happening.
Nice.
I think I'm getting used to sprinting. That's what it is. Because I feel like the very first time I sprinted, I wasn't on the stream. How'd yours go, Devin? Let us know. Let us know. I wasn't on the stream the first time, so I was just like watching, and I started sprinting, and I was so nervous because it's like I still felt that pressure, like, oh, you got 10 minutes, you have to create something, you know. But now it doesn't feel like that. Now it's just like, I mean, so
Yeah.
it kind of forced me to be accountable though.
Great. I definitely relate to the first one being kind of like, oh my god, because that's kind of how I felt last year. The first time that we were doing this, and I was just like, okay, I have to do something productive.
Right.
Like a not resting bitch face. And then, yeah.
Not resting bitch face. I mean, what is a not?
That's the number one feedback that I get all the time.
Really?
Yeah, it is what it is. It's fine.
Not resting bitch face. I don't know if that. How is that even a thing?
Resting bitch face?
No, I know resting, but I'm saying like to intentionally not have it rest. I don't think that's possible.
It's I've been working on it for a long time.
What does that look like? Just
It's yeah, just keeping your eyebrows slightly. So this is like resting face. And so like not that's my natural resting face, and it looks like I'm angry, and I understand it's like Liz just chilling, but like in a socially acceptable way with you guys.
okay.
Subtle difference.
It's so interesting that you've had to actually like
Actively
think about that. I've never had anyone say that to me.
I've had people be like, you are such a nice person, but you look so unapproachable when you're not paying attention to what your face is doing. And I was like, oh man, okay.
That is crazy.
That's not awesome, but you've never had anybody say that to you?
No.
Is that just specifically is, well, I'm not making fun of and say that, you know, that's cool.
I've never had anyone say it to me, but I'm an overly expressive person, so my face doesn't. For one, my face doesn't really stay in one facial expression for long. For two, if I'm giving you a bitchy face, that's probably what you're getting. Like, I don't think if it's like, I don't know, what is my resting face? I don't even know if I can do it now because I smile. Like, I always smile. I always smile. Like, it is really hard for me not to smile. My resting face.
Great thing.
Okay.
Okay.
I can't do it. I can't do it. I knew I was gonna be able to do it. I can't do it. Devin, let us know what you wrote, dude. Okay, let me try again.
You got this. I believe in you.
That's all. Okay, all right.
I'm not even looking.
I'm literally like trying so hard right now.
I know you are. I'll stop laughing. I'm trying to make it easier.
This is hard.
People on TikTok that try to do the model challenge where it's like, here's your
I can do that, but I can't do the. That's my resting face. Are you ready?
There you go. No, that's still an approachable person.
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't have a resting face. Do yours again. Do yours again.
I'm so good.
Do yours again.
Like, I think.
You're doing that on purpose. You're making yourself look mad. You have to be.
No, I'm not.
I'm sorry to start this break. You have to be making yourself do that on purpose.
I'm not. Look, I'll do it.
You look like Elizabeth, who has come to do business and to get shit done. That's what you look like. You look like the boss's assistant who doesn't care that any of the coworkers like her. As long as she's getting that promotion, she's doing whatever. Like every time she walks into the break room, it's like, oh, here she comes, here she comes.
I mean, I'll take it.
Hey, 11:30 podcast. So there's someone who just commented 11:30 podcast. I've seen them on Yeah, we've connected on a few. I've listened to their podcast, really good podcast over on YouTube. Go ahead and head over there if you want a good podcast. I think they're based out of the DMV too. Yeah, thanks for the love, and we always get. Yeah, so I appreciate that. Yeah. Oh, yes, announcements. So we have writing streams again next Saturday at 3. Then 2 Saturdays from now, we're doing our first book club meeting. The book we're reading is called Save the Cat by Blake Snyder. So this book club is specifically for writing. Book club for writers. So we're going to be reading books about writing, talking about them. I'm sure some we'll like, I'm sure some we won't like, but I think we'll learn something from all of them. And that'll be the 27th, I think, at 6 p.m. Same network you see us on now. We also have a 24-hour live stream that Wonelli Media is producing. The live stream will be a fundraising event. We're going to set I'm an entrepreneur, started this business with the little money that I had, and we're trying to continue to grow. So this money is going to go toward the project we were actually talking about, the filming of our first web series. And yes, I'm very excited. That's actually what Liz is writing on. How's that going? What you're writing?
That is. We'll talk after sure. I have an idea, but I don't know if it fits what you're wanting to do with it.
Oh, okay.
It's not about that.
You can't ask it without giving away.
Well, it has to do with that ending sequence
Okay.
and how prominent that is, and how I'm being
At its core, it is a show about her and her trying to balance, like, also she's an out of work actress.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Her trying to balance that and then also being like kind of the glue for her family, while at the same time kind of being a mess herself. And
Because I gathered that she was probably the more put together out of everybody in her circle.
I would say Michelle is the more put together one, the most put together one.
Okay.
Yeah, Quanisha, I think they're all put together girls. I actually would say Destiny's the most not put together. Quanisha's put together, but Quanisha, like, her love life is the worst of the three of them. Her love life is the worst. Yeah, like, because, you know, the situation where she's living with her, you know, like, yeah. But Destiny's love life is the most topsy-turvy.
Fluctuating. Yeah.
Yes, and then Michelle is the, you know what I'm saying? She's the one who's together. But then you have, so the spin is the show. If that makes any sense.
That's what I figured. Are you wanting to slow my rant or just have it?
I mean, I don't want it to be, because then, you know, because I don't want it to be like a fast thing. I want it to be something that, like, in the next episode, she should kind of be like coming to terms with, like, this is a thing that's happening. Why is this happening?
Gotcha.
Okay, because she doesn't realize that it's connected to the item that she has.
Got it. Which I'm assuming was gifted by someone else in the family.
Did you not read how she got it?
Is it in the script?
Yes, it's in the script.
Okay, I'll go back and double check.
Go back and double check how she got it, because that's a huge thing. Like, the person, it was intentional. And when you read it again, you'll be like, oh, it was intentional.
Oh, I just found the page. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cool. Cool.
So we've got about, yeah. And then that character who gave it to her is also a big part of the show as well.
Okay.
Because then you have to ask yourself, like, why do you have this?
Right.
And why do you know what this is?
Mm-hmm. And what does this mean going forward?
And that opens a bunch of doors in and of itself.
Perfect. Exciting.
Yeah. See, we can answer these questions without giving spoilers away.
This is, for people watching, this is the vaguest conversation.
But if we can have this conversation without giving away spoilers, then people can have conversations like this without giving away WandaVision spoilers, damn it.
That's also true. That is the biggest takeaway, is that you can have conversations and not ruin your friends' lives. Because we don't care about stories.
And what I hate about it is like, I was arguing with somebody online about it. They were like, well, we're excited. We want to talk about it. And it's just, but then in the same breath, they'll say, I mean, you're getting so mad it's just a TV show. You're literally arguing about your freedom to enjoy a TV show. That's your half of it, while encroaching on mine. And it's like, yes, I get it. It's not like I'm losing a child. I understand that. But
you're also as equally emotionally invested as the person who's currently talking about it. So quit the double standard.
this is not, yeah, this is literally the episode. Us watching WandaVision is, I want to say, 20 years in the making.
Yeah.
Because you think about X-Men came out 2020, and that's what, in my opinion, people like to say it was Blade. People like, I think X-Men started the superhero craze because
You said 20. What was
2000. Sorry,
okay? I was like,
right. Well, when it came, because X-Men is the reason. X-Men opened the doors for these shared group superhero movies. Which is what birthed the whole idea of let's make a Captain America, Iron Man, Thor movie and put them together. So
that led to the Avengers.
that led to everything else, right? So at the end of the day, us watching WandaVision took a long time for us, and the fact of it is like a person like me who loves the X-Men, it's like, yo, this is everything. Since I was a little kid, don't ruin my freaking viewing experiences because you just want to be an ass on the internet. If you,
it doesn't. You knowing what happens doesn't make you more cool than the people that don't know. And I feel like people don't understand that.
I think people do rude stuff, and instead of being like, "Oh yeah, that was rude," they just want to be like, "It's your fault."
They want to be like, what?
Yeah. Instead of just admitting that they were wrong, they're it's your fault.
Like, yeah, no, that's
I can't stand.
You're
Yeah,
right.
that's all it is. You got another prompt,
I do.
dude? All right.
Let's do 500 if I'm being honest.
Really? So do you want to do? If you can send them to, yeah, you can send them to me if you don't want to do it, and I'll just copy and paste those things because I'm like, man. Sometimes they literally in the morning when it's time to do the daily challenges, they just come to me,
Yeah.
and then sometimes they do not, and I sit there for not hours, but like just staring at the phone, like.
Oh man. Yeah, I know that's stressful. I just done with you. You have to know. I thought there was somebody else that was helping me out. Is that not a thing?
There was a person like months ago, but that fell through.
Hmm.
What I'm not gonna do is chase nobody down.
There you go. I can look at it.
It's just not necessary.
Alright. Oh, man, we're almost done. An hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. New prompt?
All right, new prompt is up. Let's hit our next stream. Hitting the music now. Here we go. Okay, sprint. We have sprinted. Listen, there's this. Say what?
Out of breath from your sprint?
I'm not out of breath, but I definitely was not paying attention to the clock. We probably got like about 2 more in us, maybe 3, maybe 3.
Yeah. Oh, good.
No, maybe 2. It'll be 2. Yeah,
Will be two?
it'll be 2. So I'm gonna start the timer now. Yeah. So how'd your sprint go?
Sprint's going good. I figured since you and I are gonna talk later about the other thing, I'm gonna switch over to a different project, and so I started going back through that pilot that was.
Oh, Lucid.
Yeah. No. Wasps. The one about the school.
Yes.
That we all back in December, and I want to put it out to the festival this week. So I'm giving it one last once over after I.
Did you rewrite it?
Oh God, yes, absolutely.
What did you change?
The ending to fit kind of what y'all were talking about as far as
So this okay, that's what I was gonna say, because I think that to me was the most like, no, he shouldn't. No, we don't want to see him right now.
No, it's funny because I sat on that for a solid 2 or 3 weeks, and I just really thought about it because I'm like, this is a big change. Are you sure you want to make this change? But you're right. You're 100% right. And I think thinking of it as like a piece of a whole season, it does make so much more sense to put that off. So yeah, I'm excited. I think it's a lot better. Now,
That's the hard thing about writing for TV shows is you have to find those big O moments, but placing them is a delicate art form.
it really
Is a delicate art form because you don't want to have your pilot episode feel like a season finale.
Exactly. But you also don't want your pilot to feel like that nothing is happening.
At all, right? But it should. That's what sucks about a pilot. It kind of like is the most when you look at your pilot as far as like the whole trajectory of your entire show. Your pilot is the most boring episode that you put out.
I disagree.
I feel like
I feel like the second episode ends up always being the most boring because
okay. Well, okay.
Because in a pilot, people get really caught up in exposition. I feel like, and so your pilot, you're setting the tone, you're introducing it, you're kind of making your case, and you're presenting it to a person, saying, "Would you like a bite of this?"
Mm-hmm.
And then the second episode, to me, for a lot of shows, feels like you're watching the audience member eat it, and then you're just kind of letting them know what's going to come down the line.
That's interesting because, of course, you know what show I'm about to talk about. I go back to The Prophecy. For me, the reason is because it's funny you say that because that's why I'm so excited to write the second episode because the second episode of The Prophecy is just.
Well, that's because you have a 2-part pilot.
No, but my pilot. No, but so I'm talking about episode 2, not the second part of the pilot.
So what will be episode 3, basically, if you're doing episode...
Technically, this will be what was episode 2, right? And even if you consider the pilot 2 episodes, the second episode's way more exciting than the first one. But
that's what I'm saying. Like, that's not a huge case.
well, to me, with The Prophecy, like every episode gets better, especially because like I'm the type of person I grew up with. Like I don't want to pull no punches. I want to see all the action. I want to see it right now. That's the kind of person I am. So when I look at it, the reason I say your pilot is your most boring episode is because of what you just said. It's so expository. It has to be. It really like unless it's especially if it's this genre. If it is supernatural or if it is sci-fi, it has to be no, it's a weird sci-fi. Sci-fi stuff doesn't have to be expository. You think about Star Trek, they are in space and they're discovering things.
Yeah, or Firefly, for that matter. I don't remember being slapped in the face with a whole bunch of backstory. Just the acceptance that this is what they're doing and this is the mission.
Because sci-fi stuff doesn't always have to have as many like. With supernatural stuff, the rules have to be so like not stringent, but they have to be so consistent that you literally do have to create like an entire world. Like Star Wars absolutely is an expository kind of thing. So that's science fiction.
Can I tell you something crazy?
But Star Wars is barely science fiction because if you really think about the Jedi, they're witches. You've never seen any Star Wars?
None of them. I know.
I just think that's strange because you're a screenwriter. That's what I think it's strange.
It's I know, and I need to watch them.
And you're an actress.
I know. I have no excuse, especially now that they're all on Disney.
Everybody doesn't like it.
What?
Everybody doesn't like everything. I get it.
It's not even that. It was the fact that, like, growing up, I wasn't allowed to watch it for a long time. And then I just got to the point where everybody had seen it and it was still part of pop culture that I was like, well, I know the story. So, do I want to watch it at this point? And then more and more came out and everybody had opinions.
I saw the original 3 one time each.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Worth it?
No. None of the Star Wars movies to me are like I like prequels because I actually love the prequels, but I generally like prequels as a rule anyway because I really like why did this happen? Tell me what was before. I like that kind of stuff, you know? I really do. I love a good I really like sequels too. Probably even better than originals. But like when you talk about the original ones, like some people are like, oh, I love the magic of the puppetry, and if you're not one of those people, I don't think you're gonna enjoy it. But because to me, like I don't give a fuck about the puppetry. They're freaking puppets because that's what. It's not because it was so magical. It's because that's what we could do. Like let's be honest. Let's not trick ourselves into thinking that we were just trying to create some sort of. It's like no, boo. That's what we could afford. That was the best that we could do. I mean, it's nice, but watching it back, it's like okay, you're watching it, you have to overlook a lot of things. Like even Yoda. The Yoda from then, Yoda from now are totally different. Yoda now is CGI. So,
true.
So when you look at it, it's like there's that. The acting's not to me. I was a great fan of the acting, but I'm not gonna say that on the internet, but I just feel like you don't know what I said. I just feel like it was cool. It was cool. I liked I guess my favorite Star Wars is probably the third one. It's a consecutive third one. Meaning, like there's episode 1, 2, and 3. No, The Revenge of the Sith. The Revenge of the Sith is the one where the guy turns into Darth Vader.
Cool. Okay.
But I think I like that one because of that part of it. Seeing him turn into because that's literally what we had been waiting for. We had been watching, like we met him as a little boy in the first one. We're like, this guy's gonna be Darth Vader, and that's what we know. Because that's the stuff I like. The prequel, like I like that in the prequel. Like how did this person that is not Darth Vader become Darth Vader? Yeah. I would really like to see the story of how Kylo Ren ended up on the dark side, but you know who these people are, so I don't know what I'm talking to you. Anyway.
You're right, I'm 100% useless, and I will smile and nod.
Star Wars is just, I'm saying like Star Wars is barely science fiction. Because people say it's science fiction because it takes place in space. People generally attribute space to science fiction.
Yeah.
Here's the difference. Science fiction deals with science.
Okay. But I'm still...
Like, generally, the science fiction stuff you see deals with people like, okay, I'm from another planet. I'm from another planet, and we got, like, there's a mathematician putting together some formula to get off the Earth, or the Earth is dying, so we have to do these scientific things to it to keep it from dying, or we got to go to space to blow up an asteroid. All things that are science-driven. Now, supernatural things to me, there's supernatural and then there's fantasy. Like, Buffy to me is supernatural. Fantasy is like Chronicles of Narnia, right? But then those are different because those deal with, like, magic, where there are rules, but then there's no really, where does this come from? Like, there's rules of magic, but we don't know where magic come from. It's just this thing, right? In Star Wars, there's this thing where all the Jedis, they have these, I guess they tried to make it scientific because they call it the Force. And it deals with midichlorians, right? But they still don't explain that. It's not hereditary because some people have the Force in their blood and some people don't.
Right.
So, I mean, maybe it is hereditary and I just don't know that. But I'm just saying, like, to me, the source of the Jedi's magic is very, like Who knows? You know? So I'm like, they sound like wizards and witches to me. But
So you would put that more in the supernatural category, more so than
I mean, other than like their lightsabers are crystals that they put in tubes that turn into lightsabers. That sounds to me more scientific. I mean, that's bordering on scientific and magical, but they're crystals. Crystals, it's freaking magic. What do you see crystals attributed to more often? Magical stories?
for sure.
Magic. So to me, I'm looking at it and I'm watching, I'm like, this is a bunch of magic. This is not science fiction. But we'll call it science fiction. Like they're shooting lightning out of their hands, dude.
So could it be both? Like,
It could.
Could it be a hybrid of sorts?
There are things that do hybrid both, specifically comic books, specifically Marvel, and because when you really look at it, they take a character like Scarlet Witch, and they talk about her powers, because her powers are magic,
Right.
but they've set up everything before her as science. So you have to introduce characters like Thor and Doctor Strange because Thor's powers aren't scientific.
No, yeah.
So you have stuff like that where you have Thor and Iron Man, science and magic. So you absolutely can have both. But if you notice, they don't ever bill the Marvel movies as supernatural movies.
No, yeah, that's true. But they also don't. Well, they don't do on the science fiction movies either, do they?
I think you would be more likely to. I don't know what they describe them as. They definitely describe them as action. I think you'd be more likely to find them being described as science fiction
Yeah.
before they would be described as supernatural.
Interesting. Okay.
All right, so we got about 15 minutes, so we're gonna do one last sprint before we get off of here.
Sorry, I love that you went from 3 to 2 to 1.
Well, because we were talking and we went over time. We could have done 2 more sprints, but fuck it. We'll just do one. Just do one.
This next prompt is going to be science fiction motivated. For our topic.
Dope. That's what they want. That's what the people want.
What do people want?
All right, so you can go ahead and put it in there. All right, it's going to be our last sprint, everybody. And, in the future, we might make these longer, especially when we get, people hanging out. Sometimes we'll just come on. Sometimes, I'll just log on and I'll just type, and you can come and hang out with us if you want. Hope to see you guys again. We'll talk a little bit more after the sprint. So let's just hop into our sprint. Let me go ahead and hit this music. All right, here we go. All right. Jamming tonight, man.
I love it. Are these Spotify playlists?
These are playlists from Soundstripe Music. Soundstripe does it to where, you don't have to worry about what are they called?
So there's
Copyrights and stuff, yeah. Yeah, so that way when y'all go back and watch these, if you're not watching them with us live, you don't have to worry about them like muting it or whatever. So and that is why we put the prompts up there anyway, so that if you're like, you know what, I don't make it for the live sprints, but I want to do some after hours sprints and I want some good prompts, you can have it. But that's gonna do it for us tonight. A few announcements. Talk It Out and Geeking Out, which are the two podcasts that we host, Wonelli Media. Wonelli Media has a few podcasts, and we have a lot more in the works. Some of the other things that we have in the works are called, we have a financial podcast that's coming to you. We also have a gossip podcast, and we're actually developing an all-women's podcast as well, which will be a lot of fun. It is very exciting, and I won't have to be on that one, so that I could just orchestrate it and then just like sit, I'm so excited about that part. We have the 24-hour stream. The 24-hour stream will be on March 3rd. It's going to be a fundraiser, and we'll let you know more about how you can donate and how you can support and contribute to Wonelli Media and be a part of our growth. And we appreciate not only your donations, but we also appreciate just your presence for watching this right now, for watching it later, whenever you do, stopping by and just saying hello really quick. We really appreciate all that stuff, dudes. We really do. And it not only helps with the company, it also helps motivate us because I got a lot of work done today. Book club. So next week we'll be back on Saturday. We'll probably, I want to find another time because me and Liz, I think you have a little bit more time this semester. So I'd actually find another time we can do sprints. We'll figure something out though. We'll see what we can do. Or some sort of thing like this. It'd be a lot of fun. In addition to that, book club is going to be on February 27th. If you want to join our book club, go ahead and buy the book, Save the Cat by Blake Snyder, and then we're going to read it together. We're going to talk about it. We're going to, just have a good time going through and learning from him. In addition to that, if you want to join the writer's room where we do writing events every week, every Saturday at 6, we call this Wine and Reads. Get yourself a nice little glass of wine and come and read a script with us or work on a script or a multitude of things that we do. This week, Geeking Out is at 8 o'clock on Monday. We're going to talk about action movies. And then Workplace Romances is the topic for Talk It Out this week. So I'm very excited about that. So that's all that I have. Liz, do you have any announcements?
Yeah, I got a couple. We are still looking for scripts, pieces, of your book, anything that you've written that you would love to have read out loud and receive feedback. We are looking for this project for both March, April, and May, really. So
yes.
Please, reach out to me, reach out to Duryea. Let us know if you would love to have your stuff showcased, and we would love to see for you.
Devin, Liz, Devin, I know you're on YouTube, so what I'm going to do, because I really want you to join the writer's room. So what I'm going to do right now, Devin, is I'm going to literally go to YouTube, because I don't think I can send it from where I am. And I'm going to put the link for the writer's room in the YouTube chat. So give me a second. I see that you said that you you got wrapped up in taking notes, which I think is awesome because work is work. And getting work done is getting work done. So congratulations to you for getting that work done.
Yeah. And holding everybody accountable. Getting stuff done.
Yeah, I went ahead and put that in the chat for you. I hope you see it. Please join the group. There's a link in the YouTube chat and the other chat as well. Join the group. We have fun. We do this every week. Please come back and hang out with us. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, hook us up with a subscription. You know what I'm saying? Just so that way you know when we're live and when we're doing this, because sometimes we'll do it on schedule and sometimes we'll do it also other times when we're not scheduled, just randomly get on and write. And yeah, just come be a part of it. Let us know how we can make these experiences better for you. Both of us are generally new to this type of platform. It's our Twitch exclusive, but we're streaming to more than just Twitch. But we're new to this whole thing, so we don't know like what makes a good stream, and so suggestions are not only welcome but encouraged. So.
So how we can make your experience better, because we want this to be very inclusive. Everybody who's watching.
Yes. And we promise not to spoil.
Yes. And we encourage you not to spoil anything.
And we encourage you not to. Yes,
yes.
we do. Yes. Yes, we do. So do you have anything else?
That's all I got.
All right, guys. Well, that's going to be it for us today. Love you guys. I want you guys to be safe. You know, wear your masks and come see us again next week at 8 o'clock. Sorry, next week at 6 o'clock for another Wine and Reads writing sprint session. And then 2 weeks from now for our book club, which I'm very excited about. Read the first 2 chapters of Save the Cat by Blake Snyder. All right, everyone. We will see you later.
Have a great day. Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, let me get myself together.